Hey there, this Jackie Bros.
Folks, ho, 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 people.
Hope y'all having a good holiday, Christmas. Christmas
Holiday.
is what well, some people are just trying to be nice, not politically correct. There's two different ways to look at it. If you're politically correct, you're kind of a butthole in my eyes, but you can be nice and say holiday for Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that other stuff.
Well, a lot of
whatever it is.
liberals say when you say, "Oh, I'm not politically correct," that just means you're saying I'm an asshole.
Well, I don't care what they think.
I'm not politically correct.
They're the ones a butthole for thinking that, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, see, that's the divide in this country.
Well, so be it.
We got half of this country,
Idiots.
and the other half is buttholes.
No, the buttholes is idiots. Now, granted, there's buttholes on both sides. Let's just get that out in the open right now. I hope I ain't one of them, but there's buttholes on both sides. Probably a little bit more on that side than this side. And me personally, I'd rather be on the side with a less amount of buttholes, as far as I'm concerned.
Which side is that?
That's our side.
Oh, but listen,
What?
I don't want to blow your mind, but the other side, you're on a side, right?
What side?
You're on a side. This side or that side, you're on the side. There's a whole other side here, and every one of them buttholes thinks you're a dickhead.
Hey, all right. I don't want to.
Every one of them.
They think whatever they want to think. I don't give a damn what any of them think.
So who's right? The buttholes or the dickheads?
I'm right.
Oh, well. Then you get on Facebook and a little echo chamber, and you just talk to your friends, and you just tell each other who's right.
On Facebook or any of it. I don't know
You're
the
the
first thing
problem
about
with
it.
this country on Facebook,
I
running
don't-
everybody
I
down,
ain't never been on it. I don't know how it works.
reinforcing your beliefs.
I just know what you show me. Other than that, I don't know the first thing about it.
We're never going to progress the
I
level
don't
of
want to progress. That's the problem. Everybody says, oh, we need to progress. Well, why ain't it nice this way? Now, granted, certain situations you see some people thinking, well, it ain't too good for me. But, I say part of that's because you ain't out there trying to make it good for yourself.
So you're saying things are good for you.
Well, no, not with you-know-who in the White House. No, it sure ain't.
But in general, things are pretty good for you.
No, it ain't good for nobody right now, as far as I'm concerned. This country ain't nobody doing any good. Who's doing good? You hear anybody saying that they're doing good? On either side, let's be honest here. Either side, anybody say they're doing good? Not a one of them.
But you just said that the buttholes are saying they're not doing good, and you're saying they should be making themselves do better. But you're saying that you ain't doing good, and it's all Obama's fault.
Yep. And the people who vote for them, all that,
All them buttholes.
Yeah.
That
But the
makes
vote
sense.
ain't no side right. The police say things ain't right. Black Lives Matter say things ain't right. Nobody's doing good as far as I'm concerned since he took office. I can't think of one group of liberals, Republicans, whatever it is. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sex you are. Any of that stuff. Ain't none of them doing good. Women complain all the time. That's always been the same old. But they're complaining about, Planned Parenthood, whatever. Planned Parenthood's complaining about this. Some people want guns. Some people don't. Ain't nobody happy. Ain't nobody. Used to be a time we could, disagree and still, get along for the most part. That I can remember.
Yep.
But it ain't been.
Remember the 60s in Alabama?
What? I wasn't in Alabama in the 60s.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't
wouldn't want to be in Alabama today.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm happy where I'm at. I say that much.
You know who's doing good, though, these days? You know who's doing good? Donald Trump doing pretty good.
Well, when
That's not a segue.
That ain't no, but that ain't. It's what difference does it make? He's always thinking he's doing good. He always said that.
That's true. He wouldn't admit it.
If things weren't going good for him, he ain't gonna say that.
I'll say this. That is one positive thing about Donald Trump. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Jackie and I have been giving Donald Trump down the road a little bit if he's the eventual Republican nominee. Yeah. Jackie's got some thinking to do about what he's going to do in that situation.
Yeah.
But one thing positive you can say about the ultimate Yankee, Donald Trump, is he doesn't bring any of that negative energy into the room. Negative about other people, but he's not one of those people who's like, oh, I can't get my act together.
Oh, yeah, no, he ain't never had a problem
I
with that.
don't know. I'd probably just screw it up. You guys go on to lunch without me. No, he's like, we're going to have the greatest lunch in the history of lunches. Come on in here, get you some of this lunch. This is the best thing. We're going to have a great day. You're going to do all the work for me. I'm going to sit in this room, and my neck is going to grow. It's going to be great.
Wow.
We're going to have the best day ever. He's not a sad sack.
No, not a sad sack at all. He mean, though.
Mean, yeah, real mean.
Mean, but
yeah, mean, horrible person.
Yeah, but he ain't feeling sorry for himself.
No,
like
not
that.
at all. No.
Well,
a little bit sometimes. It might be like
when things don't go his way, yeah, but it
it's
ain't
like
his
somebody
fault.
else's fault. No, it's not
It's
his
not
fault.
his fault. No, sir. No, it's media's fault or theirs fault or that fault or whoever else, but it ain't
not
him.
his fault.
No.
I wonder what Donald Trump's going to do for Christmas. And I'm sure when we turn on the news on Christmas Day, if you're sad enough to do that, you're going to see Donald Trump eating like a turkey in Iowa, or maybe he'll be in his penthouse suite eating a turkey.
Whatever it is he eats, I don't know.
Maybe he's going. Do you think Donald Trump's going to go see Star Wars?
I don't know. If he thinks it's good for him to go see Star Wars, then he'll probably go see it. If he thinks it's a good thing for everybody to see him there, this is the best Star Wars ever. The best, the fans of Star Wars are the greatest people are, that sort of thing. Yeah, he may go see it for that reason, yeah. Hell, he may like that stuff, but he don't seem like the type that does. I don't know what he likes. What do you think he sits around and watches? Like what movie, music, any of that stuff he sits around and enjoys? I can't even think. Is there a movie about him?
He's probably just like had assistants go through and splice his face into various Academy Award winning motion pictures and pornography.
Hey, I don't want to hear about the other. Now, I can't, I'm completely clueless. Some people you can look at, like old Ted Cruz. I like Star Wars. I like Star Trek. Yeah, you do. I can tell. Yeah, you probably do. But Trump, no matter what he says, if he says he likes it or I don't, hell, if I know what he does, yeah, I don't know.
So don't forget to try to find out what Donald Trump is doing on this Christmas, when you're sitting around Christmas and think to yourself, where's Donald Trump right now? Where's Ted Cruz? Don't forget to keep up with Bernie Sanders on this holiest of days. We need you to maintain your interest, your meager interest in the 2016 election over the holidays. Because these people, they got Iowa coming up, they got New Hampshire, they need you.
Yeah, don't be thinking about them on Christmas. Be thinking about what's important on Christmas. Your family, helping someone in need. What else?
Is Pizza Hut open?
Jesus, not Pizza Hut. I mean, it depends. I like Pizza Hut. I like Sir Pizza. I like it better. They stay open till.
Are they going to be open on Christmas?
I don't know if they'll be open Christmas Day, maybe a few hours or something. That's where you get it the night before. And sit on it, put it in the oven, wherever, and then have it for Christmas if you want. If I like Sir Pizza, that's what I think it's good, hot or cold. It's good.
Let me tell you one thing about the Bible.
Well,
It just occurred to me how smart the Bible is.
oh, yeah.
I mean, it's smarter than you think.
It's the smartest book there is.
When it comes to Christmas, they could have just said, so Jesus was born, and then he starts preaching in a boat. But the Bible didn't do that.
No.
The Bible said, okay, this is how we can engage our clientele. We got this origin story of Jesus, and we can make it interactive. We're going to put shepherds in there. We're going to put angels.
That's what happened. They didn't come up with it.
Then this is how smart the Bible is. It made up all these things and put them in there so that little kids,
it's what happened.
when they're in school or Sunday school, they have to dress up in a bathrobe and sandals, and they're interacting with the Bible story, the story of Jesus, and they're going to maintain that interactive, engaged relationship with Christianity for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Bible, really smart. Bible invented cosplay.
What?
I guess it invented cosplay. I mean, and let's be honest, I would much rather see a 6-year-old dressed up as a shepherd with a hand towel on his head than fucking steampunk.
Hey, watch your mouth.
And like a damn bionic top hat. Yes, let's see angel. That's cute.
Don't know what any of that is.
That is, angels are adorable. I don't need to see your laser monocle.
When as kids at an age, you got to give them a little of this again. Well, that comes to my sponsor. Let me tell you about my sponsor, yes. And we'll talk about it later on. But we went and saw it the other day, or you took me to go see it, and I said I would, so I did. And I'll leave it at that for now. But we didn't see it at Coley's Cinemas, which I wish we had of. I didn't know they was doing
We didn't know
this.
they were doing this
If
at
I'd
the
have
time.
known, that's where I would have gone. So Coley's Cinemas, that's my sponsor. And, of course, like every other theater in the world, I guess, everywhere got to have Star Wars on it. And they got Star Wars there, but, like Coley's Christian Cinemas always does, they add a little bit for everybody. That's what I like to think. Everybody Christian, yeah. So this one is, you go see it. Kids like Star Wars and like Star Wars. Take them in there to go see it, enjoy it for a little bit. About every 30 minutes or so, they stop a movie, and old Laser Jesus comes out and preaches a little gospel. Tells the young'uns basically that, it's okay to like this now. Have a good time. Lord wants you to have a good time, and it does. But let's not forget what's important. We can have a little fun. Y'all watch a little Star Wars, and then when they turn it off, and we'll talk about what's important. But, it's Laser Jesus. He got laser glasses.
They can't let them get through the whole movie before he has to remind them not to forget Jesus.
You know how kids are through one end right after the other. You got to remind them. But he's got Star Wars on him. Now, it's lasers, whatever that is. It's got sunglasses, the light come out or something like it. And that's what keeps the kids' interest. Youngins, so they
It sounded like Cyclops more than
what is it?
Jesus or Star Wars.
It's Laser Jesus. I don't know what it does. He's got lasers coming out somewhere on it. I think it's his eyes. I don't know. They're just going by what they told me. I didn't go see it myself. But they add laser stuff to keep their attention, because otherwise they'd be screaming and hollering, put that back on, But, when the movie stops and they think one of them comes out there and talking to him, that's
Right.
good.
So, Jesus comes out to talk. He stopped Star Wars to remind kids not to forget about Jesus.
Yeah.
But while Jesus is out there talking, somebody dressed up like Jesus.
It's somebody dressed up like, I think it's Merle Ziegler is what they said, Merle Ziegler.
Merle Ziegler from the Murfreesboro Play Actors Club.
Yeah, now he's played Jesus before, and I don't know, I can't remember the names. One of them where Jesus sings. He's played Jesus. They do it once a year.
He's they shoehorn him into other musicals coming in as Jesus.
I think so, yeah. But that's kind of what he's known for.
He's being shoehorned in something as Jesus.
Well, just playing Jesus. I don't know about shoehorn this and that, but he's played Jesus. Does a good job from what I hear. But he is mainly, I remember him from one of them where they sing. That's all I know. One where Jesus Bible sings.
Now, when they shoehorn him in as Laser Jesus in Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
A Force Awakened? What is it called?
Hell, I don't know. Star Wars, all I know.
Does he sing?
They didn't tell me. I wouldn't be surprised. Knowing him, now, I've met him on occasion. Knowing him, he probably arranged it so he could sing. If you know what I'm saying. But that's fine. He's still Jesus to the young. They don't know any better. And, if you're going to see a show, it's nice to see somebody do a good nativity or whatever it is.
Wait a minute. So you stopped Star Wars. Here's my question. You stopped Star Wars.
Yeah, every 30 minutes something like that.
To remind them about Jesus.
Yep.
When Jesus comes out, but you got lasers going the whole time, and he's singing. How are you going to remember Jesus?
What do you mean? He's singing about the Bible, I would hope, or something. He's got to be talking about the Bible, because he says it's okay to enjoy yourself. That's what he's trying to instill at you. Have a good time. Jesus, I can have a good time just because I'm Jesus don't mean I can't have fun too. So that's lasers or whatever. I'm guessing,
Does Jesus have a lot of fun?
Well, it wasn't his job to have fun. It was his job to die for our sins. Bless his heart. But
He did that.
I know that, but I don't. Does that sound like fun to you?
No,
Well,
but
that's what I mean.
Nobody's job sounds like fun unless you like a clown or you work at Hardee's.
What?
Like everybody else's job sounds like work, but people still manage to have fun in their downtime. So Jesus' job, that dying for our sins, that does not sound like fun.
No, not at all.
But what did he get up to on his off hours?
Dying up on the cross is not any fun at all for nobody. Well, maybe Romans and heathens like that, but other than that. But hey, Jesus may have had fun, like sometimes where he made that fish for everybody. I'm sure it put a smile on his face. Everybody hungry people.
I never see you see that in the movies, like Jesus makes a fish or whatever.
Yeah.
That Coley Cinema classic, Jesus makes a fish. He's always somber. It's like, well, let me do it. But, like, I bet Jesus was like, that was awesome. If I could make a bunch of fish, I'd.
He was doing it. He brought Lazarus back from the dead.
That was probably fun for him.
Well, a little.
I mean, pride. No,
that's what I'm. Yeah,
but
don't take it too far.
Enjoying your abilities.
Everybody else enjoying what he's doing, like when he's walking on water. I'm sure he's inside to himself.
That had to be awesome.
Just a little, he didn't do it all the time. Now he didn't go around doing it everywhere he went. He just did it on occasion to get fishermen's attention, But I'm sure, I'm sure every soul that he saves make him feel good. Yeah, that's what's fun for Jesus.
That's what was fun for Jesus.
That's what's fun for Jesus. Then and now to this day, I'm sure. And I'm sure they're going to instill that kind of Jesus to the youngins. And if you want to take your youngins just see Star Wars, that's fine. Take them, just go see Star Wars like every other youngin wants to see it. But if you want your child to learn a little something besides whatever it is up there, I don't know, monsters, whatever it is, then take them down to Coley's Christian Cinemas to see Star Wars. Wait, Star Wars Force what?
Awakens.
So Awakens Star Wars Force. Take them down there to go see that. They're gonna. It shows the exciting part, and that's another thing. Back when I was a youngin, you went to the movies every week to see the next part of it. What they call cliffhanger, what like that. So it's like that's how I look at it. They run the movie right on cliffhanger, stop it. And Laser Jesus, I have to say that, I think that's a legal thing. Laser Jesus comes out and says, we're going to get right back to it. I wonder what happens, what do you think's going to happen here, And he'll ask a young, and he'll say this, I think this happens, or I think that monster's going to do something. And he said, well, that may be so, but I tell you what's going to happen right now is you're going to learn a little bit about, the Lord. And that's what I hear. And knowing him probably breaks into song around that time. Merrill, he loved to sing.
Where are the lasers?
I think on the sunglasses, something like that. I don't know, coming out of his head. I don't know, somewhere around here. I know either his eyes or ears or forehead, I don't know. But that's, that's to just keep our interest and do what you got to do. I don't,
that's true.
Some people get mad about that sort of stuff, but
showmanship, brother.
If you was trying to get that message to a youngin and he happens to learn it from Laser Jesus instead of Pentecostal, wherever the hell else, then good for him. And I want to thank Coley's Christian Cinemas for doing that. And, Christmas time, I know you won't get out of the house, see a movie. Don't forget about what Christmas is really about. And I'm sure if you go see Star Wars Laser Jesus, Jesus is going to remind you. So,
you say Jesus?
Jesus.
How does Coley's feel about, when I was a child and Star Wars was out, I mean, I don't think I was born when the original Star Wars came out. I think it was later after that. I don't even know if Jedi was out when I was born. I'd have to look it up.
78 years old.
I don't even know. But when I was in high school, we went to see the prequels. A lot of people were upset. A lot of churches were upset about the Force. They said the Force was a stand-in. It was sort of a idolatry, It was like, oh, here our religion is the Force. It's just mocking Jesus and Christianity. Well, the Force.
It could. Well, I'm sure Laser Jesus reminds you. You think that Force up there is powerful in the movie. I'm gonna teach you about a force, the real force that'll get you somewhere in life. Yeah.
It was either like a religion or the occult. You remember
Cult.
back, when people were scared of the occult.
What's that cult? That's devil stuff,
The
right?
magic.
Magic, yeah. That's Harry Potter.
Some churches don't like Harry Potter's or the Force.
Yeah. Harry Potter's more. I understand why that's more offensive. I understand that. I get why people don't like it.
Because he's an actual witch.
Well,
Studying witchcraft at the foot of the devil.
He's on the earth. He's of this world. He's here. Star Wars so far away, it don't matter what to do. They say it's all, never will know anything about that so far out in space. What's that going to do to affect me one way or the other? But witches and witchcraft here on this planet, that's something, I don't necessarily believe in that stuff, but, I'd be more concerned with that than whatever's going on. Monsters up in space.
It does worry me a little bit when I was a kid that Chewbacca wasn't saved.
Huh?
I mean, Chewbacca's never known the Lord. Unless, maybe he knows anyway somehow, even though he hasn't been taught by a white missionary, but somehow he still knows in his heart that there's something out there. I just can't imagine that Jesus is going to send Chewbacca to hell.
Huh?
I mean, it just seems unfair. If dogs get to go to heaven and pets...
That's a good movie there. I like that one, yeah. That's a good one.
That is. Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds does the voice on it. Now, see, that story, even though it's silly and out there and far-fetched, I still understand it. It makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. But what we saw the other night, Force, whatever, Wake Star Wars Wakes Up Force, that I don't. We'll get into that later on, though.
So that is Laser Jesus.
No, it's Coley's.
Appearing at Coley's Christian Cinemas.
It's showing Star Wars Force. Wakes up, get down there, go see it. Take your youngin' if you just want them to fill the head with that nonsense, and go ahead and take them to another theater. If you want to have fun with some nonsense, but get a little good stuff while they're getting all the junk, take them to Coley's Christian Cinemas. Star Wars, Laser Jesus, yeah.
Jackie, I got a sponsor this week I think you're really going to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that or not. Can you smell that cranberry spice?
What time of year it is. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, did you eat that cranberry bliss bar for Christmas?
What?
It's Christmas time, everybody. Hey, what is this? Holly berries.
What are you talking about?
It's Christmas.
Gingerbread. You just run
ornaments.
Just going down the list. The Christmas trees, stockings, all,
yep,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Now you got the spirit.
Snowman.
I was worried you going to Scrooge it up.
Scrooge it up.
But now you turn into a regular old St. Nick.
I know what Christmas is. Good Lord.
Do you know what it's all about?
Of course I know what it's all about.
Christmas Cave is open for business.
Wow.
Folks, the Christmas Cave just in time for you to spend all day Christmas hoisting yourself down a rope with a burro and an elf hat. Christmas Cave back open for business. Don't be scared. Everything is under control.
Well,
That's Christmas Cave. Don't be scared. Come on out, Christmas time. What are you going to see down there? Well, Jackie, we can't say.
nobody knows for sure.
You got to sign a release when you come up from out of there saying you won't talk about it, but you can smile.
I guess yeah.
You can. Was there food? And people smile and say, I don't know, maybe.
The T-shirt says, got the hush on, Santa Claus, be
Loose
quiet,
lips,
don't go,
sink ships.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Maybe there's an Amy Grant Vince Gill video playing down there. We don't know.
Yeah,
it's a
big
big
rumors.
deal. Those are all rumors.
Yeah.
But maybe this Christmas is the year you're finally going to find out for yourself. Get down there. They've widened that hole that fat people couldn't get down before. Now you should have little to no problem. So get on down to Christmas Cave.
When you was young and they couldn't get down,
couldn't
fit down there, worried about you getting get stuck in there, yeah.
They sent me home and told me I had the flu.
Yeah.
So that's Christmas Cave, folks.
I don't know.
No problem at all.
It's Christmas Cave now. Look, You won't find a bigger supporter of Christmas Cave than me. You ain't gonna find one.
Well, it's my sponsor, so I might technically
you can have
be.
it. That's what. There's a reason you have it, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You be spokesman for Christmas Cave, whatever. I'm a little uncomfortable doing that, and that's what I let them know. Plus, Coley Christmas Cinemas, they've been good to us for so long. But
they are longtime sponsors.
To me, it seems like they said they were going to close down. They won't go get open. See, I don't know what to believe and what not to believe in some of this stuff. It's just them maybe putting it out there to get people talking about them, and I understand that, but Christmas ain't the way to be about stuff like that. Christmas is a time for, reflection. Enjoy yourself. Go, if you like spelunking or whatever you call it, if that's what you like, then that's fine. But it ain't all about it's just spiraling out of control as far as I'm concerned. And I just had to get off that ship before things get in it.
So you're saying you don't trust the Christmas Cave at Christmas?
Well,
Jackie, it's very simple. And if you think that this is some sort of contrived publicity stunt,
that's just what
like Bernie Sanders suing the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
Please don't send us letters.
Who?
Letters.
Oh,
Bernie Sanders
please,
people.
Good Lord. I ain't going to read it if you
I was just joking. I'm sure everybody deserves what they get in this situation.
Yeah.
Folks, the Christmas Cave, Jackie, and I bristle at your insinuation that the Christmas Cave is no better than Bernie Sanders. The Christmas Cave is a longtime Murfreesboro
tradition. I didn't say that.
Yes, there was an incident that happened many, many years ago.
And I was willing to put that behind me just like everybody else.
Yep.
Years.
What, 2010? I mean, come on. You can't live in the past
maybe
forever.
in the 90s, for all I can remember. But they opened it
remember
back
either.
Up. I was
think
supporting
it was
them.
2010.
I was right behind them all the way up until recent events, and I just had to, like I said, I'm uncomfortable.
Years ago, there were some children from a holiness church in Little McMinnville. It was the third Pentecostal church of Jesus' vision on the cross, band on the stage. The name was too long. They had to abbreviate it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
3 of those holiness kids got lost down in that cave. Never could find them. They turned feral. They went blind. They developed some kind of mind power, some telepathy where they didn't have to use language. We don't know about that.
I don't know about that. It's true. But they blind, yeah.
They found 2 of them. One never got better.
One unaccounted for. Yep.
We were surprised to find out that another one was going to medical school, holiness medical
Good for
school.
her, yeah. That I'm all, yeah.
To help the other one.
Well, I don't know if I had a doctor and they was blind. Don't know if I want them.
Third one
working on me, but
missing. We don't know where. Probably dead. Let's be honest. That's what everybody was thinking.
That's what everybody's saying, yeah.
Dead down in the caves.
Wait a minute. I was saying that. You were saying there's rumors that the 2 that live ate it, but they never found no bones. You were saying
that is
was
a rumor.
A monster running around in there. You was the one saying that it was trying to scare people,
right.
And a lot of people trying to scare people to drum up. See, now I realize what it is. It was just a drum up.
Well, that a lot of people got real scared. They heard some noises.
Yeah.
They heard some skittering about. They heard some howls and some cries.
And that's fine for Halloween. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to be scary Halloween cave, all power to you. But don't call yourself Christmas cave. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Some of the ropes where they lower the burrows down with the elf hats had claw marks as if a feral wolf holiness child had clawed at the ropes with its claws to cut it and to cause people got scared. People were scared. Christmas cave should not be something you're scared of. It should be mysterious, yes, but
that's fine, little mystery, as long as it's mystery with a smile, which
mystery
is what
with a smile.
It was, yeah. But
I tell you what, people were so scared they shut it down. They were sending in the sister. We don't know that they were related.
I don't know,
but
they bonded down there in ways
those churches
we'll never know about. Yeah,
they're all kind of related.
That too, yeah.
So the one medical school and the one still not doing that great were going to go down there, and they were giving them 48 hours, was it, to try to
Something
find
like that, yeah.
the one that they probably ate years and years ago in 2010.
They give them a chance before they sent down all the good Memphis detectives and those mercenaries from somewhere.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
Eastern European mercenaries and
had
some
accents,
Memphis
yeah.
detectives were going to go down there. We don't know what they were going to do. We hope help. But I would say they were prepared to do anything. Well,
They're going to give it a sweep. They're going to make sure, you know.
they were going to sweep the Christmas cave. Things were tense.
Yes, sir.
Things were scary.
He was worried for everybody involved.
Things were not very Christmassy.
Oh.
Those two, blind, telepathic, holiness, one formerly feral, one
Still
not doing
messed
that
up.
great.
Yeah.
Not doing that
About
great.
the same, yeah.
They got lowered down.
What was that cartoon, Bugs Bunny, that went crazy? That's what they remind me of. Was the one that went crazy, had the teeth. Bugs Bunny. He was crazy. This mean ornery. It was like that one.
Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, that's it.
So they go down in the cave. The mercenaries have their guns drawn, which is making people uncomfortable. Just a bunch of people with accents and guns.
I'm not going to get
in a cave.
Precaution is necessary, especially when people are getting real scared, like I said.
They were scared out of their minds.
Well, when you're scared, and that's no matter what situation. Take Christmas cave out of it. When you're real scared, ain't nothing better to have on you than a gun. That's going to help that situation.
But not if you're not from America.
Well, no, but they was
That might help their situation, but nobody
hiding.
that's American hearing foreign accents and them having guns, that's not helping them be less scared. That's more scared.
There's American money having them do the job. So as far as I'm concerned, there's American.
If Americans are paying you.
Yeah. That makes you American. You know,
okay.
What you do with that, hopefully you're going to do the right thing by that, but I have to hope and assume that's what the case is, yeah.
Well, those two came back up.
Yeah.
There was a quick tug on the rope. It's like, that's the signal. Was it? Because they never really set up a signal. Like, well, it seems like a signal. Like, if I had to signal, this is the staff of the Christmas cave. They're like, if I had to signal, they weren't prepared. If I had to signal, somebody pull me up real quick, I'd do like a sharp tug on the rope. Now, that could have been the third feral wolf holiness child eating them, and just like get snagged on the rope as he was tearing.
You heard him screaming and everything else. If that was the case, but
not if he snapped their neck, snuck up on them.
Well,
but none of that was true. They lifted them up and they came out. And med school had a message. From the third feral wolf holiness Christmas cave.
Well, I ain't going to believe it until I see it. That's just my take on it, but go ahead.
Well, you might want to get down there because the message was that feral child wolf boy wanted to make a deal. He was ready to make a deal. So they got some of them high-powered Nashville lawyers tied to a rope.
Yeah.
And they lowered them down into the darkness. And they worked out the details, and when they come up, the deal was done, and Christmas Cave was back in business, and the third feral wolf holiness boy was going to spend some time in a glass box scratching and clawing at people, in their direction, give them a little Christmas scare at the beginning, and, for a fourth of the proceeds.
I ain't going to believe any of this till I see it. So
Well, Jackie, money makes the world go round.
Well,
money is the name of the game.
They got it set up so you don't ever get to know, I guess, unless you actually go down there. But someone my age or your size ain't going to go down there.
Well, all you need to know is before you get down there, you can see this, then you can talk about this, because this is Wolf Boy is on display, and he people are Instagramming him. He's there. He's
Instagram.
He's talking. He's howling. if you tip him enough, he'll just shitting right in that cage.
Hey.
But he's
it-
shitting all the way to the
Why
bank.
would anybody give somebody money to do that?
Jackie.
That don't make any sense.
It's Christmas.
I know it is Christmas, and none of that sounds like anything I want to do on Christmas. And here I was, thought nothing was better than Christmas Cave, a little mystery, and that's fine. But I don't know. Something seems fishy about all this to me.
Well, money is the name of the game. We got all three feral wolf children are back. The one is back at Holiness Med School. The other one's back in the home. And I guess the one that did the best of them all is the one that just stayed down there till they paid him to come back up. So that's Christmas Cave, folks. Get down there and see whatever it is you can see. One thing you know you're going to see is a wolf boy in a glass cage.
That ain't what you're supposed to see on Christmas.
Making that money.
All right.
And it's Christmas Cave time, folks. You've only got, 3-4 more days before they shut it down for the season. So you're going to want to get down there real quick, lickety-split. And then I guess they release Wolf Boy back down into the Holiness Wolf Boy, Feral Boy, back down into the caves until next year when they renew his contract.
Yeah.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, Merry Christmas. It's Jackie Bros again.
It's Dunlap the man.
Yeah.
And like the shepherds from long ago, I traveled far to reach my destination tonight.
Well,
I mean, no farther than usual, really.
just up
Nothing like the
from
shepherd.
upstairs down
I ain't
here.
like a
That's
shepherd. I ain't like a goddamn shepherd.
it. Hey, watch your mouth.
Sorry, I said GD on Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I know these people that don't like the cussing, that don't like the blaspheming.
Me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm just one sitting here right next to you. Rest of them can just turn it off.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you not like the sort of dirty, the scatological, like if I say shit
yeah,
or like,
you know, don't start. I don't like
Is it
any
the
of it.
sex
I
talk?
don't like any of it. I don't want to hear
or is
it.
it like the literal blasphemy?
None
Like
of it.
that's
I
probably the
don't
one I can
like
see if
any
you're
of it.
religious. The other stuff, it's just like, who cares? He's got a funny word for a penis.
Hey, I don't want to hear that talk.
That ain't even, that's clinical. That's what you teach.
I don't like it either.
That's what you tell kids to call it.
I don't tell kids to call it nothing.
Well, no, you shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't, and I don't.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good Christmas week. I hope you're festive and you're decked out in hot. Listen, before we get to the end of this episode, let's stop right here, Jackie, and take a second and remind people we're only 38 minutes in. We have a new Christmas album this year. There's a Christmas album. It's called Merry Christmas Part 2. Twistmas. Merry
Twistmas Part 2 and other holiday goodings. So it's got a couple of Halloween songs on there, too. It's a bunch of stuff. If you listen to us, paying attention to us, you know some of it, or a lot of it,
There's
already.
some brand new ones,
But then
too.
there's two new ones on there.
Christmas Sandwich Medley
There's,
and the other
there's
one
a video for that one on
YouTube. Look that up, Christmas Sandwich Medley. There's a video.
Yeah.
There's another new song on there called Christmas Tambourine.
We ain't doing a video for that one.
Probably not.
No.
This stuff is, as of now, we had a little trouble. I don't know if you folks release music independently, but you put something up on CD Baby, there's rules. CD Baby is a place you pay people to put your music out into the world. Jackie?
Yeah.
So we did that, and they're like, well, if you have a medley, there's a certain way you got to title the medley. We're like, but this is a medley of all songs we made up for this song. Christmas Sandwich Medley. We just wanted to write a bunch of short songs about Christmas sandwiches.
That didn't make any difference to them.
No, so we had to list every title in the Christmas sandwich medley, as the official title. So it's a Christmas sandwich medley, and then like sad Christmas sandwich, lonely Christmas sandwich, Santa Claus sandwich. I don't know.
I can't remember them all now.
They didn't really have
Well,
names.
now you can get on there and look at it, and it'll say. It used to not say it, now it does. You get on the computer somewhere and look at it, and it'll say all the names.
And is it up on iTunes or Spotify yet? Because we had this delay.
I don't know.
We also had a delay with the damn artist title because it was Red State Update.
I'm lucky I remember the words to sing on it, let alone all this stuff you're talking about. I don't know the first thing about any of it.
But because the album said from Red State Update and their little friends, like the Conway Twitty.
It's supposed to be part 2. God rest his soul, Conway Twitty is no longer with us. And we know if it was, he would have done this on his own, and probably much, much better than we did it. But I thought it was just a shame to deprive youngins of something that so many youngins that I know and something that I, as an adult, grew up loving, listening to. And there's Merry Twistmas, Conway Twitty's Merry Twistmas, him and Twitty Bird, Twitty City, all that. And like I said, he's passed on, so there's no chance of, somebody else stepping in and taking over for Conway Twitty. You can't do that. You can't call yourself Conway Twitty and put something out. So we just did it as ourselves, but kept the little friends part.
But they were saying you had to list yourself as Red State Update and their little friends.
Yeah.
But then they put it out. But then, due to some more mix-ups, I think they put it out just as Red State Update. This is Inside Baseball, folks. But all this just to say, I just looked it up on Spotify. If you listen to Spotify, Merry Twistmas Part 2 is on damn Spotify. Here's a second of Christmas Tambourine. Sounds real good, don't it?
Yeah.
So go get that CD. Listen to it on Spotify.
It ain't a CD. You told me it ain't no CD.
No, CDs don't exist anymore.
How you buy it. It don't make any sense to me. You hit a button and then the computer takes your money. So that's the way of the world now, I guess.
Speaking of computers taking your money, me and Jackie went down to see a little movie. Oh, by the way, folks, if you're watching this, we also started doing our podcast video style. So if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this podcast, which you don't have to, our love and respect, our hearts are always going to be pledged to the people who listen to the podcast. They've been there for us. They kept us going. They memorized the names of various Murfreesboro local establishments and merchants. So you guys are our priority. But if you're watching it on YouTube, you just saw me look up on iTunes to see if our new album is on there.
Everybody care what they're looking at your phone for. Everybody looks at the phone all the time. I could care less what they're looking on there at. Why does anybody else care? That's your business.
That's so weird. It's not on here, but the picture is the album cover of Merry Twistmas Part 2.
What?
I know, it's weird.
What is it?
Like the picture of us on iTunes is the album cover of Merry Twistmas Part 2.
I like it drawn. I like it. That's something, when you showed me that, somebody did the art for it, and they did draw a picture of me with the little animals, and I love that. I hope someday I get somebody put that in a frame or something for me. I'd put that up out the store.
Yes, Christine Marie Knuckles, artist,
album
cover artist. But yeah, so it's not up on iTunes yet, although the picture is. Doesn't make any sense, folks. I hope you're still. Merry Twistmas, Part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Folks, speaking of computers taking your money, me and Jackie went to see a little movie called Star Wars.
Yeah.
Opening night, Thursday night.
Well, you ain't supposed to talk about it, though, are you? You said
spoilers.
What is it?
Spoilers. I guess we're going to put this up. But now listen, Jackie, this is the moment of truth. If we talk about what happened in the movie and we put up spoilers, even if we put this up Monday after people have had all weekend, there's going to be some people who never listen to this episode because it's about spoilers. It says spoiler. We're going to put spoilers in the title, so they won't listen to it for a while because they don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah. Everybody gonna go see that over this weekend. By Sunday or Monday, everybody's already seen that damn
All right,
movie.
so we're going to talk
There
about...
was a line. I ain't never been to a movie. It's been years. I can't remember how long it's been since I waited in line to get into a movie. And I try to remember right now. Maybe one of them James Bond ones, or old Sean Connery ones. Maybe with Thunderball or something like that. One of those. Goldfinger. But anything else, I can't remember ever waiting in line to see something out in the cold.
You had to wait in line, people dressed up. Casper Cowan brought a goat with him. They're like, is that for Star Wars? He's like, nope. Casper Cowan brings... If you're not from Murfreesboro, you may not know about Casper Cowan, but Casper Cowan is a local... He's sort of an eccentric farmer here in Murfreesboro Theater. He always brings one of his animals.
It's usually a goat or the rooster. It's one of the two, usually.
But he always takes one every Friday night. He takes one of his animals to the motion picture show, and they all have a good time, and everybody enjoys it. And honestly, he doesn't stay for the whole thing. It's really just kind of the show to stand in the line, go up to the popcorn. If he brings the rooster will eat popcorn. The goat he has to keep away from the concession stand. Yeah. And Casper Cowan brings that animal in, and he will go in. He'll go in and sit down, but he doesn't make it through. Usually, like the trailers in like the first 10 or 15 minutes.
That's all the animal likes, anyways. The animal don't want any more than that. That's plenty for it. But they it used to be years and years, not years ago. They wouldn't let him in. Wouldn't let him bring the animal in to get the police or call them. But then he made these diapers for them or whatever, where the animals don't mess. Nobody seems to mind now.
Yeah, if you want to be able to bring your animal inside somewhere, put diapers on it. It serves two purposes.
That's the only and then rooster, he usually got the legs tied up or something like that, so it don't get a hold of.
They're restrained in a couple of different ways, and the diaper helps, keep things off the floor, and it also makes them cuter.
And a little animal put pants on them, I reckon. Yeah,
always good.
Dress an animal up where it's baby clothes or regular clothes. It's usually funny for a little bit, yeah.
And Christmas time, it's funny because Casper Cowan's kind of synonymous with Christmas here in Murfreesboro, because for a while there were a couple years where he tried to bring Christmas animals in. He tried to get a reindeer. He couldn't, so he trapped a baby doe and strapped big reindeer antlers to it, and he brought that in, and it just looked like the Grinch's dog. It was sad, really, but it made the paper, which was what he wanted. And then the next year, somehow he got a penguin. That may have been from Dr. Birdman.
Well, Dr. Birdlady now.
Right now, but in the past.
Yeah, it would have been Dr. Birdman.
I don't even know. Well, I don't even think he was a doctor.
Oh, he wasn't a doctor at that time.
She wasn't a
back
doctor.
In, yeah. Or she wasn't, excuse me. Don't know how to. Gotta learn all this over again, I guess.
So, folks, people, damn Star Wars with Jackie.
Well, I said to go see it. One of the people in the movie is kind enough to donate to our Costata, so I promised. I said I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna tell everybody else to go see it. A lot of people already know about it, turns out, but I was trying to, just tell as many people as I could to go down there. You support something of ours, I'm going to support something of yours. That's how I think you're supposed to work, and that's how I do it. So I held up my end of the bargain. I went and sat through it, yeah.
Every time a new alien or someone in a mask, stormtrooper, fast-moving ship.
I don't know the names of all that stuff, yeah. I was asking, is that the one that give it? And like, no. And then, well, can I say this? Because people, you ain't supposed to talk about it. You said
okay, we're going to do a spoiler here, folks. So if you haven't seen the new Star Wars, and the last place I'm sure you want it spoiled is on the Red State Update podcast. Yeah. You might want to turn it off. I don't know what. this foolish old man is about to say.
Well, I don't. Well, you the one that said you got on to me 3 or 4 times in the store talking about it. Because you said people don't want to hit Jackie, you ruin the movie for everybody. But I mean,
he thinks he's just asking questions, but his questions contain all the answers that somebody going into the movie would want to know.
Well, I didn't know. So I'm asking through the whole thing because that's the reason I went to it. Because somebody from the movie give the custodian some money, so that's why I was going. So I want to know who was nice enough to do that, whether they in the costume or not, whatever they got on monster size. It don't make any difference to me. So I keep asking, and there's a lot of damn monsters in it. I can't keep up with how many there are. They all get to start looking the same to me after a while.
This might have the most monsters of any Star Wars movie.
Well, they all seem like they have monsters to me.
I'm missing a couple of prequels.
That's all of it is. That's all of it is to me when you turn it on. It's just a bunch of monsters sitting around.
Oh, how many times did I hear that? And everybody in the theater also heard it too. It's just a bunch of monsters of lights.
Well, they just sitting around like they ain't doing a whole lot. Some of them shoot a gun, but those are robots shoot a gun, and then the monsters usually just sit around. They don't do nothing. They in a bar or whatever. That's how, when I was young and you saw a monster chase you out of the room, chase you in there or something like that. They got a couple like that, but most of the time they just sitting around just talking like, hey, how you doing today? I guess I'm fine. When everybody's a monster, what fun is it? But anyway, I just want to know which one of the monsters was a nice person that donated some custodian. I asked her the whole damn thing, and I'm sorry if people was going to be quiet and this and that, but there was but one reason I went, and then you don't see them till
spoiler
at the very end, and I'm like that. I sat through all this for him. And it ain't his fault. He didn't make a movie. He got to make a living. I understand that. To me, it's just a bunch of colors and noise and monsters. And sometimes you think it's a person, or you think it's a robot, and then remember there's a man inside the robot suit.
Yeah, that's not a robot suit.
Well, to me, it looked like a robot. He took a head off. There was a man inside. He was good, and there was a little girl. She was good. I got that much out of it. And then Indiana Jones had the werewolf with him. And the rest of it, just a bunch of noise. Now, I understand people like that sort of thing, and I ain't got no problem with it. Y'all go see it. I gave my money, gave my support to that fella who just stood there at the end, and bless his heart for helping us out. That's great. But he don't do nothing but just stand there. And I don't, if that's what you get paid for, sir, good, I'm happy for you. That's good that's you make a living just turning around and looking at somebody. All power to you. So it ain't his fault. I still think he's the best. But it's just not my cup of tea. That's all I got to say about it.
Every time a spaceship starts in these speakers, it goes vroom, it goes over to this speaker. Yeah. Jackie would just be like, his head would just go from this end to the other and just follow the sound. Not even watching what's on TV.
It sounds like something's broken over here.
And so he goes, what? And he goes, huh? Well, and then he realizes what just happened. He goes, well, how about that?
Well,
every time.
Well, I thought it was
100 times that happened.
Somebody need to fix that because this was messed up. Well, hell, that was broke too over there, and then it goes away. But I understand people like it.
Let me tell you something,
running
folks.
And jumping and shooting laser beams.
Don't ever, if there is a movie that people have waited 30 years to see, and they have invested parts of their hearts and souls into it, if there's a movie that's going to cause people to dress up with like long horns going from their head to around their necks, if there is a movie that makes grown men weep, that is not a movie you want to take Jackie Broyles to. Jackie don't do good with grown men crying.
But there's something wrong if you 50 or 40 something years old and turn around and sniffling, and people, I'm trying to watch a movie, And I like, what is wrong with you? You know, I don't know what's wrong with these people. I didn't know it was over the movie. I thought maybe somebody died or something. I didn't know.
How would he find out somebody died an hour into Star Wars?
I don't know. Sometimes you find out somebody died, and then you go see a movie to take your mind off of something.
And it just hit him.
But it don't, yeah.
Or maybe like Coal Miner's daughter, he's had a vision of his daddy coming over the hill or something. Doesn't that happen to Coal Miner's daughter?
It's been a while since I've seen that. Now, that's a good movie.
Me too.
I like that. That's a good movie. Coal Miner's Daughter, that's a movie you should see.
Don't take Jackie Bros to a movie where people are going to dress up like space aliens.
That's Halloween for me. And another thing, I don't like it if I'm trying to watch a movie. Why is everybody clapping? I can't hear what they're saying. Now, granted, when I did hear what they're saying, there's a bunch of gobbledygook anyway. But every time somebody had come on, old Indiana Jones, I understand that. Everybody get to clapping. But then it'd be a robot or a monster or something, everybody clap. But just watch you go see a concert, something live or something like that where they can appreciate you clapping. You ain't clapping for nobody but yourself. They can't hear you up there. It's a damn movie.
They tell you also, if you take Jackie Bros to a movie, this is any movie, not just Star Wars, he's going to comment on how far down in the popcorn bucket the butter gets every time.
Well, when it gets down there good, I like it. It tastes good. Sometimes
I mean, it's good. He's not mad. He's happy. He's always amazed.
Well, I'm just saying that they did a good job on this one, you know. I'm still getting it, you know.
Just his old man hands shredding them napkins.
All right. I don't want to get sticky all over everything.
Just slick with butter and then shredding them napkins.
I get out of my bed half the time, too, like that. I like getting me a slushy drink. I always like it. Go and get a slush puppy drink and popcorn.
They should make a slush puppy universe movie series of films. Now you get Icy Bear in it, Slush Puppy.
Well, I like Slush Puppy better than Icy. Icy, real tiny ice in it. Slush Puppy, you know, you
big
feel
slush.
texture on your tongue. Yeah, it's cold on your tongue. Yeah, I like Slush Puppy. Blue Slush Puppy. That's what I like. The sugar, something like that. That's what I think is good. Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to see them team up with the Micronauts or something?
What?
Icy Bear.
I don't like ice bear as much as I like. I mean, I'll drink an icy if I ain't got a slush puppy nearby and I'm in the mood for something. I'll have an icy, but it ain't the same to me. I like slush puppy better.
You can get icy at Target. Slush Puppy.
Yeah, you gotta find these.
You gotta seek out.
I tried to have them put one, but couldn't come in an agreement. I wanted one of those in the store.
You couldn't come to an agreement with the Slush Puppy Corporation.
Them people, no, the way they were acting, they were just acting high and mighty like I was begging to have one. I like Slush Puppy, and I know other people like Slush Puppy, and I'd enjoy one as much as anybody else, but they were just seemed to be highfalutin to me.
Well, they are Slush Puppy.
Well, you can have a good product. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your product. You don't have to have an attitude with it. Don't everybody have to be Donald Trump.
No.
And he don't even have a product outside of his awful self. If Donald Trump made the slush puppies, at least it'd be like, well, you did something worthwhile, but I don't know what he's ever done worthwhile.
Slush Puppy looks more like a hippie, don't he? He got that Cheech and Chong hat on and that long sweater. He looks a little stoned.
He don't look stoned. He's just a slush puppy. He's
slush
like a
puppy
hound
gets
dog.
high.
Well, he does not. He drinks sugar all the time. He ain't high.
Icy Bear, I don't know. He just looks like a lummox.
A polar bear.
He's a dumb old polar bear.
T-shirt on.
Me and Slush Puppy'd get along. I don't know about Icy Bear.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a jock. But me and Slush Puppy could hang out. We would welcome any merchandise from the Icy or Slush Puppy Corporation.
Well, no, I don't. I just got through saying.
I wear a Slush Puppy T-shirt. Send me one of them.
I just don't want to have anything to do with it.
Anybody work for Slush Puppy?
I still enjoy a slush puppy from down and then, but I don't have to, go and get in the bed with their business or anything like that.
Is that when you were talking to them kids from the university trying to figure that in the chemistry department, trying to figure out how to make it. What were you calling it? An ice Jackie?
What?
When you were trying to come up with your own version of Slush Puppy. Was that when you were mad? Is that because you were mad at Slush Puppy?
No, I was trying. It wasn't so much of me trying to come up with a new product. It was something. I was mad at Slush Puppy after those dealings. I want something for myself. Now, other people said they would like to try it. So then I tried to set it up in there. It basically just Kool-Aid, freeze it, and you get ice pick, chop it up, then put syrup on it, strawberry syrup.
Nobody wants that. That sounds
Well,
awful.
the people want to try it. They did. I said, sure, you get it. I'll put the thing up.
When you were freezing it just in a pail?
You just put a big, it's a big bucket. Yeah, it's like a big plastic bucket. Just throw it in a.
Chip it out. So you made up a big thing of Kool-Aid. I don't even think you got like generic Kool-Aid because you were too cheap to buy real Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's the same stuff. You mix water in it. It ain't
so
no
generic
difference.
Kool-Aid. Then you got an ice pick and you chipped out frozen Kool-Aid.
And you put strawberry syrup on it.
And what were you putting it in?
You just go back there and get you. I'd give you
A styrofoam cup.
Give you a cup, and you go dip it in there. Try to get in there.
That's not hygienic.
Well, I don't do it no more, so I don't know why you're worried about something that I ain't done in years.
That was a hot summer, though. I remember that, though. Let me say this. I will say this. It sounds horrible. It didn't taste good. And you had to go back. First of all, summer down here, everybody was, and this was like in the 80s, too. This was a few years ago. So everybody's shirtless, hairy, sweating, tank tops. You know how it used to be.
What it used to be is most people come in to get a cold beer and they're welcoming one. If they got the youngin' tagging along with them, I say, you want one of them icy jackies or Jackie ice, whatever I call it, can't even remember. And they say, and you go back and get it. Of course, then they get to crying and make your daddy mad because, no, you going to drink every bit of that. I said, well, no, he don't have to drink it. Yes, he does. He got it. And I'm sorry if I'm bringing up bad memories to you, but, your daddy made you drink every last bit of it.
It didn't taste good, though.
Well, I know. I realize that now.
But the coldness of it felt good.
Yeah.
And he'd make me, but I gained what'd you have in there? Because that summer I gained 20 pounds.
It's just Kool-Aid and strawberry syrup. That's all it is. Ice. Water ain't got no calories to it.
Something about it. And every kid that come in there, now my daddy, when he was coming in there, I think he was getting some perverse pleasure out of making me drink those, eat those. I don't even know what you were doing with it.
He just thought you was being rude.
Yeah, but but towards the end of the summer, I was coming in and said, and you drink every bit of that. And I'm like, I don't even have nothing yet. And he said, well, get back in there. And that's when you had the grape one, too.
Well, your dad wasn't the best being a daddy, and I understand that, but he just tried to bring you up to at least appreciate things. And I can't hold him at fault for that. Now, how he went about it probably wasn't the best way he could have done it, but he just wanted to do, obviously he didn't do a good job, because look at you, but he tried.
I was the only one in there, too. Then you just put the saran wrap back on that bucket and throw it back in the freezer. I'm the only one ever. Why would you come out with another flavor when I was the only one drinking it?
Well, I was trying. I didn't have, but it was red and purple. It's the only two I ever tried. Maybe green. I can't remember. It's so long ago.
There was a green, but I think that was because you spilt something in the red. Something else you put in the freezer got in with the red, and it made it green, but you just kept chipping at it.
Man, I can't remember all the colors. I thought that was the three I did. I can't remember all of it. It's years ago. There was Star Wars out when I was making that.
Yeah, I think that's the summer Jedi come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I gained 20. Because I had a Star Wars shirt at the beginning of the summer. I couldn't wear it by the end of it.
Well, this one don't make any sense to me. When we was waiting in line, people say, "Oh, been." See, to me, it's always been. I don't remember a time maybe before back in the 70s, something like in the 60s, it wasn't no. But back in the Star Trek, I like Star Trek. That's a good TV show. I like a TV
What are you
show.
talking about? You said you don't want monsters sitting around talking. That's all Star Trek is.
But they talk about stuff. It's like there's a point to it. At the end of it, everybody figures out what they're trying to do. But that was, there's a plot to it. I don't understand what in these new ones. But like with new ones, that's what I'm saying. It's been around forever. But the man crying, waiting in line, laying on before he even gets in there, sees any of it. He's like, it's the first one they made and whatever. And I'm like, what? I thought they come out with one every week. As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't know the difference. Like, if it's at Target or Big K and they got T-shirts of it, I can't remember a time when they have it. So I thought they must have been 20, 30, 40 of these movies just coming out all the time. I guess it wasn't. Might as well have been. It, should have been making more money. Making plenty of money off T-shirts. Now they're going to make money off this. I'm all for capitalism. If that's how you want to make your money, is be a monster or make a monster movie, that's fine.
Just don't take Jackie to it. That's my advice.
Well, I ain't going back to see it again. One time's enough, isn't it?
No.
Well, for me.
Not in America today.
Well,
you better get back there this weekend and see it twice. You really can't join in the conversation until you've seen it a couple times.
I could see it 3 or 4 times, and anybody talking about it, I ain't going to be involved in the conversation because I don't know the first thing to say. You sit there and say, so you mean a robot? Which is a robot? You said, no, it's a man. No, it's not a man, it's a robot. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. With the head on it, I thought the Wolfman was going to take his head off. I said, is there a person in that too? He said, no, that's real monster. I said, well, how am I supposed to know? Some of them take the heads off and there's a man inside, some of them don't. It's inconsistent to me, but so be it. I don't have to understand all of it.
So our thanks to Mark Hamill and to everybody who give on our Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. It was helped us out, helped us keep going, helped lift our spirits. We're sending out our rewards now. If you've gotten your T-shirt, if you deserved a T-shirt, I don't know what level you give at, but if you give it one that deserved a T-shirt.
I'm finally glad I got rid of that old box of T-shirts. They've been down here for I don't know how long.
I think everything that's supposed to can be mailed out has been mailed out, except we hadn't painted no portraits yet.
Well, I got to wait till after holidays for that, and I'm going to sit down getting my pictures up on the thing, what do you call it, easel, put it on my easel, get my paints out.
And if you have got a movie commentary coming, we ain't done those yet, but I think we've got all the T-shirts out. We're
going to do that over Christmas holiday, right?
We got a bunch of movies to watch. We got some Burt Reynolds commentaries to watch, movies to watch and talk over. What is it? Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, and Sharky's Machine.
Yeah.
The one y'all who chose Sharky's Machine, y'all are all right.
Well, that's just everybody. The other two are good, but everybody, most people, everybody knows Cannonball Run, Smokey and the
Do
Bandit.
they have a copy of Sharky's? How are they going to watch it? Like you chose Sharky's Machine. Now you got to go out and find Sharky's Machine to.
They can get it on the thing you got on. It's all cleaned up, whatever. It looks all. A VHS is fine for me, but he puts it on a big TV.
Big TV.
Yeah, I like Burt Reynolds. No matter how you look at it, you don't have to be on a big TV. You can put him on,
Little TV.
Yeah, be just good to me.
So, folks, I think we covered everything. Star Wars, Christmas album, Merry Christmas.
This will be the last one we do. It'll be Christmas.
It's Christmas coming up, so I guess this is our Christmas episode, folks.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas and try to get along, not to fuss at each other so much. And go see
Star Wars.
Star Wars Force. Wake up, go see it. Get out there and go see it. They was kind enough to help us. I'm gonna help him.
Well, actually, one of them was.
Huh?
Just one of them.
I know we didn't do nothing. Just stood there.
No, he helped us. It was
In the movie.
Spoiler,
no,
too.
he helped.
Spoilers.
I don't.
Folks, spoilers. We got
All
some
right.
Star Wars spoilers on this episode.
And I don't mean to be rude, because if I could make a living turning around and looking at somebody and not doing anything else, I'd do it. At least didn't have to put on werewolf head or robot head or nothing. That's, those poor people sweating to death. You take a robot, take his head off, he'd be covered in sweat. So I'm glad you got that going for you. Keep it up, and like I said, all power to you. Yeah.
So we'll be back right after Christmas next week, whatever that day is, probably December 27th.
Yeah.
Week of December 27th. I don't know when you listen to this, but I hope you did not have Star Wars spoiled for you. Go get, download, or listen on iTunes or Spotify to Merry Twistmas Part 2. Listen to some of our old Christmas podcasts. Tell people about the podcast. Rate and reviews.
And go look at it, I guess, now. Go on the thing and watch it, too. Or tell
Oh, yeah,
people
and
to
watch
look at
our
it.
YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. What else? Y'all have done a lot. We really can't ask
They
y'all to
done
do
enough,
anymore.
yeah. They done enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank y'all kindly, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.